Hey everyone, back with a haul video. Sorry I don't have the GoPro footage. I didn't bring my GoPro out today when I went out to look for stuff. Honestly, I just wasn't really feeling up to it. I was kind of tired. Wasn't even sure about how long I was going to stay out. But I figured I'd go out anyways, and it definitely paid off. Found a bunch of stuff, so I regret not having the GoPro. But I still wanted to show you guys what sold anyways. So kind of a good mix here. We'll start off with kind of the freaky stuff to get them out of the way. These are like Halloween decorations. This is Baby Wolf. That's what it's referred to as. He sure is creepy. In the back it says, or Wolf Baby 2012. I think it's made by like Jimmy or something like that. They make a lot of decorations. I paid 15 each for these two little guys and the little decoration things. And I think that like this one I got listed like 100 or best offer, and that one like 70 or best offer. So I took a chance on them. I've done well on Halloween decorations before, especially kind of the grotesque or kind of creepy ones. This one's called Hungry Harold from 2010. It's got some wear and stuff, but overall, I think this one will do the best. I think we'll probably get like 70, 75 for him. So they're super light too. Something to look out for. Here's a little blow mold. This is from the 60s by Empire. You can look on the back and you can see Empire. They made a lot of the blow molds in the 60s. This one has a short in the wire, so I'm going to have to replace the wire, but usually I pick up this one, and there's like a Santa one, and they actually do pretty well. The last time I had both of them, I think I sold them for like 50 bucks for both. And usually you can pick them up for a couple bucks at like an estate sale or thrift store or something, so they're worth looking. Here's some kind of odds and ends stuff, a little Volkswagen Fox manual. These little Tokyo Pop anime guys. There are 4 of them. It's like, I'm missing number 2, I think. These were in a big lot. I paid 15 bucks for all this, a bunch of this stuff. All this stuff there. This car down here, this dinosaur, that dinosaur over there. It was like 15 bucks for everything. These I think sell for like 25 or 30, so not a bad deal. These I just threw all in there. These little Sandman cards should go for like 15 bucks. This is a Final Fantasy soundtrack, the original. That should go for like 15. A Warhammer book for like 10 or so, and then that book maybe for like 15 as well. So those were all just kind of odds and ends sitting in a box. I just threw them in the pile, and she gave me a really good deal. So the Fox manual should go for like 25. I paid 5 for that. Some Ariat boots. These are kids ones. I paid 5 bucks for them. They got kind of this, I forgot what color they called it. I'm like colorblind, so I'm useless when it comes to that, but fuchsia or something I think is what it was in the listing. They were 5 bucks. They have some wear, but these boots still sell well. Usually you can get like 25, 30 bucks, sometimes even higher for the kids boots. A bunch of tapes. I know people say media is dead. I don't think it is. I think there's certain ones that are just not worth a lot because it's been flooded, but some stuff still sells. I paid 13 bucks for a bunch of sealed media. These Sony CD IT Pros. These ones, I have 4 of them. They should probably go for like 20 or 25 bucks by themselves. These should go for about 10 or 12. These I think are like 20, 25 for the CD ones. These high output ones are not as great. They're probably like the least best ones. I think they go for like 20 bucks or something. 15, 18. No, they go for like 15 bucks. But the best one already sold. These Maxell XL2s. Look out for the XL290s or whatever, the 60s. This pack right here. Little wear there and a crack to the front case. I listed it as a sealed 5-pack and said one of the front ones, because it's actually a 6-pack. One of the front ones has a crack to the case. The tape probably works. Just sold in one day for 30 bucks. So I already made all my money back in the profits, and once everything else sells, we'll make more. Plus I have probably, I don't know, 8 to 10 more odd and end, like more some Sony CDITs, just not enough to do a whole lot. So I'll just hold on to them until I find some more. So there is still money in media. Don't give up on it if you can find it for cheap enough. Here's an Epson printer. This is something that we actually had for a while. I just never got around to showing it to you guys, so I didn't just pick it up. But these little Epson like thermal printers do really well. This one should go for like 50 bucks. They're super easy to test. Usually when you power it on, you just have to hold the feed button, and it'll print a test page, and it'll kind of print out the firmware and everything that's going on it. So look out for those, because 50 bucks, 60 bucks, 70 bucks for an old Epson printer, and usually you can get them pretty cheap. So, and if it has paper, like I said, it's easy to test. A bunch of Wii stuff. Went to a garage sale. That's why I always ask if they have video games. My wife and some of my friends who have gone with me think it's crazy, because they'll ask anybody, no matter what they have out there, if they have video games, and sometimes it pays off. Twice this weekend it did. They pulled out a Wii, a bunch of DVDs, a Wii, and then all these games right here, plus a whole bunch more. The lady said she wanted, first the husband said 40 for the Wii and 40 for the games. And the wife goes, no way, dude, they're not worth that much. And I was like, yeah. And she goes, how about 40 for everything? And it's not a bad little lot there, but for 40, I was like, no. And I said, how about 25? And then we ended up agreeing on 30. So the reason I did buy it, because I usually can get about 40 for the Wii, plus there's 2 controllers with it, so that's another 25 bucks there. So I can make all my money back there, and then I have the games. There's 2 copies of Wii Sports. There's Super Mario Galaxy 2. There's a 2 Wii Sports. There's Wii Sports Resort. I grabbed all these Tiger Woods and loaded them together. I'm going to see if I can get like 18 bucks for them. This game's actually pretty good. This Harry Potter Half-Blood Prince for PS3 goes for 20 plus. There's a bunch of like little $8 or $10 games here. Alice in Wonderland sells for about 20. So, and I think San Andreas is like another 10. So it wasn't a crazy good deal, but with all the Wii Sports and Harry Potter and Alice, we'll probably bring in 60, 70, 80 bucks on the games. Plus, we're going to get another 60 on the system and the controllers and everything we have there. So, overall, pretty good. This I thought was going to be awesome. It's a West German, like, plastic car. I was like, oh, maybe it's for, like, a doll or a Barbie or something. I'm like, it's probably be worth something. I threw it into the $15 lot. Not worth a whole lot. One sold for, like, 20 plus shipping. So, I might get 25 or 30 bucks for it and probably spend most of it on shipping, but we'll see. Some that is pretty cool though are old plastic dinosaurs from like the 90s, or like hard rubber ones. This one is from the brand Dorme from Hong Kong. You can kind of see it's an Ankylosaurus, I don't know. It was $1, but it was factored into the 15 bucks. Look out for these bigger old dinosaurs, not just Jurassic Park, even other brands. Some of them sell like 15, 20 bucks for just one dinosaur. So I'm hoping to get about 20 bucks on him. That'd be pretty cool. He's a large one, and he's not the most common dinosaur, so pretty cool there. But look out for the old dinosaurs. I got this. I don't think it's worth a whole lot. This little Fisher-Price vacuum. We had one growing up, so I got to clean it up. The light was working at first, but now it's dead, so I'm hoping it's just the battery. I paid, like, that was in the $15 lot as well, so maybe a couple bucks in that. I saw someone sell one for like 25 plus shipping, and then a lot haven't sold, so I'll probably still list it. We'll see what happens. Some Skechers. I forgot what these are called. Oh, I forgot the name of them. Jammers, I think. Maybe that's it. Skechers Jammers. I don't know. They look almost brand new. There's a little bit of wear on the bottom, but overall they're pretty good shape. They were 10 bucks. They're in a Skechers box, but it's the wrong one. But I ended up paying 10 for these. I think I might get close to 50 on these. So that's pretty cool. Now we're going to jump into my second favorite find of the day. And then after that, I'll show you my favorite find of the day. So, yeah. So the second favorite find is in here. I could have took these out, but I'm not ever prepared, so. There's a bunch of PS1 games, and this was the second time I asked about video games when I was buying all the sealed media and some other stuff, which I didn't include everything that I found today. I just try to include some of the more unique or cool stuff. So I said, do you have any video games? And he said yes. He had some PlayStation games. He said mostly sports games, but then he said some trash guy, Banda, and I'm like, Bandicoot? And he's like, yeah, that's the one. I have those, and he goes, I have Spyro, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So, but he couldn't find them. I waited there for about 10 or 15 minutes. He was looking, he couldn't find him. He's an older guy, and he goes, well, I'll take your number and I'll call you back. I drive to the next garage, 2 more garage sales, and he calls me and says, hey, I found him. I turn around, drive over there. He said he had 20 games or so he was pretty right on that. I look at the stack, and I see Crash Bandicoot Warped, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro 2, Crash Bash, CTR, Croc, Spyro, Crash Bandicoot 2. You know, I see pretty good games. Nothing super rare, but Crash, Spyro, those are games that sell pretty well or still a good enough following. I think a couple other ones might go for like 10 bucks. Like, you know, I think Soviet Strike I've sold before for like 8 to 10. And maybe some of the other ones will have a little bit of value, but maybe not. I'm hoping he wants like 20 bucks for him. He starts off at 60. And he goes, yeah, I know they're worth pretty good money last time I looked them up. And I was like, bummer. And I was like, how about like 30, maybe 40, which is still already paying up. But I'm like, well, I know I can do well in the Crash game. Maybe I can just plan to double my money. And all the games are in like mint shape. They're beautiful. I mean, they look like they've never been played. We ended up finally agreeing on 50. That was the best he would do. I still think I can make money if I can average, 15 on each Crash game and Spyro. I think there's still some money there to be made, maybe a little bit better than 15. I could also try to lot all the Crash games together and try to sell them for like, maybe $90 or something like that. That will make a bunch of money back and some profit. Then I have the Spyros plus everything else. So, also, I'm just a sucker for video games. I just can't leave this stuff alone. If it's out there and the deal is just somewhat decent, I can make some money. I don't usually leave it, so especially in good shape. But if you are looking for PlayStation games, those are some of the ones you want to look for. Crash, Spyro. Those ones always do well. Croc's not a great selling game. I think it goes for like $10 or something, maybe a little bit more, 15. But yeah, those are some games to look out for. Scratch the idea of the last thing that I'm going to show you is the best, my favorite thing. Got this too. This is the like Sharks. That's my son. It's a Masca Airknit, also by CCM on the back. It's a little harder to find jersey. I'm hoping I can get like 40 or $50 for it. It was $3 at a garage sale, so great deal. My favorite find, don't know if it's necessarily the best find, but it is this radio-controlled two-function dinosaur from Radio Shack. Unfortunately, this is him. I had him all blown up, but the little thing keeps popping out. I don't want to blow him up again, but you guys can kind of see him. He is huge. He blows up nicely. He doesn't have a hole in him, but the little plug there, like if you move the thing around, it'll come loose. But that's the only spot he leaks from. I felt around him and was looking for air and had him blown up for a while. There was no issue. He sits on a little base, which looks like this. And then this thing moves around and it has a little remote control so you can kind of move him. This part works in a way. I put batteries in it. It takes 4 Cs and like a 9 volt. It runs on its own. It's supposed to run with the remote control, but it won't. It just runs currently full speed, and it just like goes straight. You can't. The remote control does nothing. It's got a battery in there. It's got no corrosion, but it won't control it at all. So this thing just takes off into the wall. Usually you're supposed to be able to move him around a little bit. So he doesn't work fully. The box is beat up, but for me, this is just like, first of all, I probably had that shirt. Looking back, but either way. I think I did have a shirt just like that. But either way, it's pretty cool. Just like something that I kind of remember growing up, like toys like these. It was part of the $15 lot. Someone's got a couple listed for like $100 or $115. I don't think it's worth that much. I think it's probably like a $50 to maybe $80, $85 buy usually. But mine's not going to work perfectly. So we'll hope to get 40 plus. Not going to be the biggest profit, but just something that I think is super cool. When this guy was blowing up and the machine was running, it pretty much scared the dog, the cat, and my little guy. My little son, they all took off. I thought he was awesome, but they were scared. So yeah, but either way, pretty cool. Look out for kind of the old Radio Shack stuff. Some of it does do well. And regardless, that's just a cool graphic for someone who collects old toys. I think it would be cool to have it on a shelf. Or have this guy even just blown up. Even if you weren't using the remote control stuff. So that's everything, guys. It's not a crazy haul. It's not going to make me millions, but there's some stuff that hopefully you guys can look out for and maybe find on your own and make some money. All right, guys, take care. Bye-bye.